llama room to start. I ain't think that I thought that was gonna pause when I kicked the video off. So for those of you that miss me, your boy is back. Where the air horns at? Your boy's back, man. I ain't never really go nowhere. I just won't hear very much. But your boy's back, man. Had a lot of things going on, but I miss you guys. I feel like y'all potentially miss me. So I wanted to come back, and something kind of sparked that today. So we'll just do a quick little video while I drive home about the word of the day. Today, the word of the day is accountability. Accountability. That means different things to certain people. Some people put more weight on that word and what that means than other people do. And I'm here to hopefully encourage those that see this video to maybe add a little more weight in that category, because in my opinion it's very important, and it kind of differentiates those that are successful and those that are not. So we're going to talk about accountability here. One of the things that kind of sparks this is this morning I was online and I saw somebody. I used to be, as you guys have seen in previous videos, I used to kind of follow anonymous, and I used to share a lot of their beliefs. As I've gotten older, I've kind of went a lot less extreme, and I'm actually a little more conservative in some of my thoughts now, and I just take more accountability for myself, and I don't point the finger at other people. So let me explain to you what I mean by that, and what's right the premise behind this video here. So there was a post about the wealth tax that's been introduced, and they were talking about Bezos and about this wealth tax and all this and that, and all these people were saying, oh, he's just a piece of shit and how he doesn't pay taxes and all this. So I realized, because I used to be one of these people, that it's just such a negative, stuck in a rut mind state, because it's an accountability thing, right? It's like, oh, well, I'm poor, I'm not doing well, I'm this and this and this because of Jeff, because of Bill Gates, because of Zuckerberg, because of Elon Musk, because of these billionaires like Bernie, these billionaires. Although Bernie wants to be a billionaire, he just ain't there yet. But yeah, man. So like, let me just lay it out like this, right? When you sit here and just keep complaining about, oh, the police, the police, you see, like I used to follow Cop Watch and see these videos of these rare scenarios where police officers would act out or abuse their power or do something outside of the scope of their job. And mind you, police are in every city in this country and all over this country, and there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of police officers on duty every day. So that means that every day there are millions of interactions that police have with citizens, millions of traffic stops, millions of calls for disturbance, millions of times they have gone to a bar and put up a fight or whatever you can think of. So with these millions of interactions that take place every year, we are only seeing a handful, or excuse me, every day, we're only seeing a handful a week of scenarios where police officers are actually going outside the scope of their job, or doing something they're not supposed to, or hurting people, or abusing their power. So I started to kind of wake up to that and realize, like, what is this hate for police? Most of them are good. Most of them put on their uniform every day, and they put on their badge and their gun, and they kiss their wife or their husband, and they realize they might not come back home that day. And they do that because they're the sheepdogs of society, and they want to protect people because that's their calling. Are there some of them that are bad? Yeah. Does one bad apple spoil the bunch in public perception? For the most part, yeah. But as you wake up and you kind of lose some of this hate and this finger pointing, and you have accountability for yourself, you kind of start to lose that. And it's the same thing with these billionaires. I'm not broke, although I'm not broke, but I'm not super financially secure and well off because of Bezos. I'm not where I'm at in life because of Bill Gates or because of any of these other fucking people. I'm that way because of my own laziness. I'm that way because of my own insecurities and not having faith and confidence in myself when I produce a product or something like that. So with that being said, I think about things like that. And then I think about, again, just pointing the finger at other people. And so this is what I said to these people I was talking to online this morning. I said, you can sit here and bitch about the hand you're dealt to the dealer all day and nothing's going to change, or you can shut the fuck up and you can play the hand you're dealt. And what's going to be more beneficial for you mentally and financially and emotionally is to just play the hand you're dealt and keep it moving. Sitting here and bitching and pointing the finger, I did it for almost the first 30 years of my life, and it got me nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Again, that rut I spoke of earlier, just spinning tires in the same place, that's where I was for so long when I sat here and complained nonstop about the government and billionaires and police and just all this stupid shit. And then once I started taking accountability for myself, like, for example, if I got pulled over in the past for speeding or doing something wrong, after I got my ticket, I'd be screaming and cussing and punching the steering wheel and so mad and, oh, I fucking hate the police. And then I realized it was your own dumbass fault. You know there's a speed limit in place. You have a speedometer on your vehicle. I either was not paying attention or I was willingly breaking the law and I got caught. How can I be mad about that? Let's think about all the other times that I speed and I don't get caught and I don't get a ticket. So when you finally are held accountable, there goes that word again, for your actions, you can't point the fucking finger at somebody else. But see, going back to that accountability, while you are pointing the finger at Bezos and the police and whoever else, you can mask your shortcomings and say it's because of this. Oh, it's because I got a felony that I can't get a job now. It's because of these stupid laws that nobody wants to hire me because I got a felony. Or you could take a step back and say, my dumbass made stupid mistakes, stupid decisions. I got a felony. I fucked up. I narrowed my opportunity to get a job drastically by making the decisions that I made. Now, what am I going to do to get a job? Again, you can bitch about your hand or you can play your hand, right? You can play that hand. There's plenty of places that'll still hire a felon. You can still start off a business. You can do a lot of things. So instead of making excuses, look for answers, right? And then here we go again back to starting a business and people like Bezos and stuff that are demonized so much. What most people don't realize is, or at least I think a lot of people realize it, they just don't think about it, is that all of these billionaires and all these people that are business owners, most of them, not all of them, most of them, you have people like Donald Trump who came into money and then they could open businesses with their money and their family and whatnot. But most people, they put up their entire life savings. They get loans that they can never pay back if this business doesn't work. And they take the biggest risk of their life, which is terrifying, to try to have a shot at the American dream and to own something and have their own business and be an asset to society, to give something to their community, right? That's what a business does. Let's take all this fucking capitalist hate and this socialism bullshit and throw it out the window. And let's be real for a second. When somebody opens a business, they're trying to provide a service or a commodity to their community. So they put themselves on the line. They take all of these risks. Most of them fail. Most of them lose everything. For the select few that do actually succeed, and the even more select few that actually succeed to the extent of a Bill Gates, of a Jeff Bezos, of an Elon Musk, then they're demonized for the rest of their lives and they're evil. For what reason? Oh, for example, the Bezos thing right now is, oh, well, Bezos doesn't pay taxes. What they don't realize is, in order to be eligible for these tax loopholes and shit, 99% of the time it's because you're donating money, you're putting your money into like things like Jeff is doing with like sustainable energy and things like that. So instead of paying your taxes, they're actually paying more money to charities and into sustainable programs and stuff to make their communities better and to make their business use less resources. And instead of, again, and these were people on the anonymous page who are supposed to be pseudo-anarchists, right? Instead of this money that Bezos would have paid in taxes going to these fucking filthy politicians who are going to skim some off the top and go play golf with it and try to take our guns and all types of shit like that, instead it's actually going directly to the charities or the places that the money's needed. And there's no extra taxes, no money getting skimmed off the top. There's none of our useless government fucking our money up like they've been doing forever. It don't matter if you're Democrat, Republican, if you're down the middle, if you don't care. Pretty much nobody trusts our government. They don't trust them to take care of shit because they have a terrible track record and they never do take care of shit. They always drop the ball. They always fumble. So to kind of wrap this up, man, long story short, stop pointing the finger at other people. Take accountability for yourself. Take accountability for your own actions. Because when I first made that decision and I started doing that, my life got way better. I made more money. I was happier. Just everything. For example, and then I'll give you guys this in closing. A couple weeks ago, I got pulled over in my neighborhood, a street away from my house, because I rolled through a stop sign. It was super early in the morning. There was nobody around. I didn't think it was a big deal. Well, there was a cop parked on the side road, put the lights on me right away because some of the people in the neighborhood made calls and complaints that people roll through their stop sign all the time. So cop pulls me over, he walks right up to the window, he says, you know what I stopped you for? And I said, yep, I knew the second that I saw you that you were going to stop me. So we both laughed about it. He walked back to his car, came back, and told me, and I already knew I'm going to get a ticket, and it's totally my fault. I wasn't mad at him, I wasn't cussing, I was mad at myself. I was mad at myself for, again, willingly breaking the law. And now I got caught for it. So luck would have it, the guy comes back because I was respectful to him. I didn't give him a fucking attitude. I owned up to what I did and took accountability for it. He came back and said, how would you like a warning today, sir? And I said, I would really like that. And he goes, well, I'm going to pass you off on a warning. Don't let me see you again. I said, yes, sir. And and on top of that, I put on a fresh pair of jeans and left my wallet in my jeans. So I didn't have my ID on me either. So I could have also gotten a ticket for that, for not having my license on me. He said, you know what he told me? I told him, I'm going to turn around right now and go get my license, and then I'm going to head to work. He said, you do that. Don't let me see you rolling through the stop sign again. I said, thank you very much, man. Have a good day. So I got lucky. Funny story. You guys are going to think I'm a terrible citizen now. A couple weeks later, went out and had a drink with my friend, hang out for a little bit. I'm leaving. It's in an area of town I've never been in. I'm at this red light. It's dark. It was holidays. There's a lot of traffic. And I take a right turn on red. Didn't realize that there was a sign that I didn't see that said no right turn on red. Lights get put on me right away. Cop comes up. Hey, you rolled through this. It was a no right turn on red. I didn't even know why he pulled me at first. And he was like, no right turn on red. The sign's right there. And I was like, shit, man, I'm sorry. Not from around here or whatever. He came back. He said, look, I don't want to have to write you a ticket, but I have to. We've been having big problems with people not obeying the sign here. So he wrote me a ticket. $120 ticket 2 weeks before Christmas. I got it. Again, I was furious at myself. I wasn't furious at the police. I wasn't furious at the sign. I wasn't furious at any of that. I was furious at myself for not paying attention and not being responsible and being accountable for driving. You get a license, you're accountable for reading the signs and driving safely, obeying the laws. I didn't do that. So I got lucky enough to get a pass about a month or two before, and then I fucked up again and I got a ticket. And guess again, let me say it one more time for those in the back that didn't hear me the first time. Guess who I was mad at? Me. So, in closing, I love all you guys. Sorry I've been gone for so much. I'm going to try to be back more often, dropping some little jewels on you guys. Take accountability, man. It will change your life. Own up to shit. You know, even if you were fucked over, even if you had all these cards stacked against you and you got screwed or you got framed and locked up for a fucking crime. If I got framed tomorrow and locked up for murder and I didn't do it and I was facing life, I would be mad, yeah. But you know what I would do? Now that I'm older and I'm more mature, I would use that time to study. I would use that time to exercise. I would use that time to meditate and become the best version of myself I possibly could. So, if luck would have it, this was overturned one day because I was wrongly accused. When I come out, I'm in the best position I can to make use of the time I have left. And in my opinion, that's accountability and that's being mature and being an adult. So you guys drop your comments down below. Like, dislike, whatever you need to do. Subscribe. I'll be back soon, man. I love you guys. Y'all hold it down. MHM, we out.